Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got some of my unexpectedly favorite books for you. Alright, so today we're talking about some of my unexpected favorite books. Like I didn't go into these expecting they would be favorites, but they ended up being favorites, so let's go ahead and just dive right in. Alright, so the first up is Coyote. This is the first volume in the manga. This was just so different from all of the manga that I've read. This one is definitely not for those under 18, but this is following Coyote, who is a werewolf, and he runs into Marlene, who is a pianist at his favorite bar, and Marlene just wants to go out with Coyote so bad, and he really doesn't take no for an answer, so he keeps badgering him. This one is really explicit. This is also following like a mafia werewolf war. Like the mafia is going after these werewolves, and it just so happens that Marlene happens to be the son of the mafia boss, and Coyote is a werewolf and is pretty high up in the organization for the werewolves, and it's kind of a star-crossed lovers, but also not at the same time, because Marlene wants nothing to do with the mafia that his father has, you know, kind of groomed him to take over. He wants nothing to do with it. But I also really like that they have these nicknames for each other. So Marlene is actually a nickname. I forget the nickname that he gave to Coyote, but they have these nicknames for each other because they don't know each other's real names, and that's just how they know each other. Next up is I'll Be the One. This one I have a full book review for, and I will leave that linked up in the corner. This book, just everything about this book, it just hit home in a way that I really wasn't expecting. This is following Sky Shin, and she is a fat Korean American girl, and she loves to dance. She's been taking dance classes since she was a kid, and she's really good at it. And she's also a really great singer, and everybody always tells her, no, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, that, and the other thing. And she's gonna prove them wrong by going on a K-pop searching TV show and prove everybody wrong. And she does. She's also bisexual, and the love interest is also bisexual, and there's all sorts of queer rep in here, and I love this to pieces. It's so good. Next up I have Winter's Orbit. This one, I knew I was gonna like it going in, but I didn't know I was gonna end up loving it. This is following Prince Kayam, who is kind of like the royal family disappointment. He's the person that's always, you know, the least favorite grandchild. He's always getting in trouble. He's the one that's just kind of left to do his thing and told not to get bad press for the family, whatever. And it's also following Count Jinan, who was married to his cousin for a political marriage and now is being married to Prince Kim. And it's a political marriage because they have to keep this like peace treaty between their planets, but also the planets that are outside of their little system that are kind of protecting them. So there's also a conspiracy theory that Count Jinan killed his former husband, and like it's a huge mess, and I love it, and it's political, and it's also a murder mystery and trying to clear both of their names, and it's just fantastic, and I loved it. And all the like court espionage, the running around, everybody doesn't know what's going on, but also everybody does, and it's so much fun. Next up, I really wasn't expecting to love the Necessary Evils series as much as I did, like at least the first two books, and I really love these characters so much. This is following the Mulvaney children, who are all psychopaths, and they were all adopted by Thomas Mulvaney, who is a scientist, and he's running an experiment to see if he can raise these psychopaths to be upstanding members of society while also having them be vigilante on the side, killing high-value targets that are really bad people. I particularly loved Unhinged and Psycho. These are the first two books in the series. I love both of them. Adam and Noah are in this one, and August and Lucas are in this one, and I love both of them. And just like, if you love dark romance, this is the series to dive into because it gets dark, but it's also very steamy and very spicy. And I couldn't recommend the series enough, especially if you love dark romance. And the last book that became a really unexpected favorite was Into the Drowning Deep. So this is following the discovery of mermaids, and everybody thought it was a hoax, and the company that was out trying to film a mockumentary about mermaids actually found mermaids, and everybody in the crew died on the ship. And yeah, this is set about 10 years after that, and the company is trying to prove that they were not a hoax. So they're getting together a new ship full of people, scientists and explorers, engineers, everybody that they can think of to go back out and find real proof of these mermaids. And they do, and this is like the scariest water-based horror book you will ever read, because these mermaids are not your Disney version of a mermaid. They are vicious and they will eat your face off. And it's so good. This, I guess I like horror books now, but this was so good. It kept me entertained, and like, I will never look at a cruise ship the same way. Also, not that I ever wanted to get on a cruise ship, but I really don't want to get on one now because the mermaids will eat your face off. But yeah, this is just so good. And if you didn't know, Mira Grant is also Shauna Maguire, so I kind of knew I was gonna like this one because I really like Shauna Maguire's work. But this is the science-based, like, sci-fi fantasy book that I didn't know I needed, and just, it's so good, and I cannot recommend this enough, especially if you like horror books and you haven't picked this up yet. All right, so those are some of the books that were my unexpected favorites. Did you guys have a book that you, like, unexpectedly really loved? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget the like button if you haven't already but would like to. Go and hit the subscribe button, and if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys.